What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here for Tasty Loot Gaming, reacting to Rage 2. We actually talked about this yesterday on Tasty Tuesday. The live-action teaser had come out, but the gameplay trailer had not. It is out now. I have seen it a little bit on my phone. You haven't seen this.
Right. Not at all.
Before we watch it, it's worth noting again that this is being made by id and Avalanche Studios, who made Just Cause and Mad Max. So what are we expecting before we go into this? Because me and you were talking about this yesterday on Taste Tuesday. Make sure to go watch that. That there was a lot of people out there going like, why do we need this game? Why do we need this game? Blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of hard to see how this game could, be bad with who's making it. So that was kind of an interesting thing that we talked about.
Right. I mean, honestly, what I'm expecting is I'm expecting a gorgeous looking game because that's what it does. And then packed full of things to do because that's what Avalanche does. So.
Yeah. And features and it's going to be first person. So that's really interesting for something Avalanche working on because they've only done third person shooters.
Right.
So, so let's just jump into it. Let's do it. Let's go.
It's good looking.
Large scale. Asteroid hit. Very good looking.
Billions were gone in the blink of an eye.
Ooh, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's open world too.
Alliances formed.
Looks like an id game.
Territory was conquered.
Those guys are in the
there
first
was no
one.
one left alive to tell you no. And in this wild, wide open place, if you wanted something bad enough,
this looks fucking dope.
It was yours for the taking. You see, in a world where there are no rules, insanity rules.
It's definitely a more ridiculous tone than the first game.
Oh, so this is chaotic.
Yeah. The vehicle combat looks awesome.
Those lighting effects, man.
Yeah. No, this game looks good. Juggling.
Oh, wow.
See that giant truck? Big fucking guns.
That's totally not an id thing.
Yeah. Jumping around with rocket launchers.
Oh!
Mechs.
Yeah. A lot going on here.
This is fucking dope looking. It almost seems like he has like powers, or she. I don't know what you're playing as. I don't remember the first game having powers, although Josh is saying something about that. I don't remember powers in the first game though.
I didn't get far enough to even. Yeah, God, I can't remember how far I got now. I didn't play it very much because the one problem the game had was it didn't have a hook.
Yeah.
That
was the thing that was really interesting about the first game. Not to interrupt you, but like you start out and you just kind of, what do they call them? Like corridor shooters or whatever? Like not corridor, maybe I'm using the wrong word, but it's essentially mimicking an open world, but you're pretty much just going from section to section. Gorgeous looking game though, voice acting, all stuff like that. Like, not that that's something that really needs to be mentioned, but for like an id game, it kind of is because games like Doom and shit, people are just running and shooting. So yeah, like this is like, I don't know, like thinking back to that, like it was really basic. It was like you walked forward, you shot things, you got in a vehicle, you drove into things, you shot things, and that's about it. So, like, I don't even remember, like, you were saying the progression there, or no hook. There's no hook. Like,
well, yeah, you just found, weapons like you would in an old school shooter.
Yeah.
And then they were unlocked at that point. So,
yeah, it was based on how far in the game you were.
And that's something they still didn't show. I don't know if it's going to have, for lack of a better way to put it, like RPG elements to make to give you some choice in your character and whatnot. I imagine it will because games don't neglect that anymore.
I'm going to assume that in the game, you'll probably find weapons, but you'll also be able to buy them at like weapon vendors and maybe buy upgrades for them. I don't think it's going to be like Borderlands. Some people are saying like, is this stealing Steam from Borderlands 3? Yeah, It is. In my
Well, yeah,
opinion.
100%.
But it's not going to be that kind of game. I don't think. I'd be fucking blown away if it was, but I don't think it will be.
I honestly think, like, thematically, I could see why people would think that, because Borderlands is, like, you know, zany and crazy, and this game is looking pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the departure from the first game. The first game was a lot more serious in tone. There's some ridiculous aspects to it, but more like in that darker id tone of like things being ridiculous, whereas this is way more colorful, vibrant,
and just straight wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, I want to hear like the actual like tech stuff of the game next. But visually, I'm so sold. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, the game is beautiful. It looks super smooth. It kind of almost reminds me of like Titanfall in that regard, like how smooth your character moves.
Kind of, yeah.
stuff.
It looked really good in that regard.
I don't know. There was a lot of just really nice eye candy, both in like character, equipment designs, enemy designs, vehicles, landscapes, everything. I mean, that was really a treat to watch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like I watched it a little bit earlier, but not like really with a whole lot of sound. Like I think I woke up, looked on Twitter, saw it real quick, and I was like, we need to watch this. But between then and here, like I'm just like, holy shit. I mean, this is literally what we said it probably would be. It's gonna be gorgeous looking. It's fucking gorgeous looking. I mean, that's a really good looking game. Plays well. Looks like it's really smooth, like you were saying, and you can see Avalanche really brought some of that chaos from what they're used to doing with like Just Cause flying around cities and blowing up, you know, all the fucking I forgot what the guys you're fighting against, but you know, all the red things all over the city and blowing those up. I mean, it's really a perfect marriage. And I mean, unless you're not into shooters or like violent stuff, I really don't see how you couldn't be fucking stoked for this.
Oh, it's gonna
this
be
looks
violent.
Really fucking cool. I also like that they brought back the boomerang thing.
that thing was on the person's face or whatever. That was crazy.
Rocket launcher. I mean, when he's jumping around shooting, it's so id like.
Oh yeah.
The machine gun looked really visceral when he's firing with the like lighting effects and all that shit. There's like a giant fucking truck in there that looks like you're driving at one point. It looked at like at one point also there was like 4 vehicles just slamming into each other while shooting all over the place, and there's just lighting and like I don't know. I think this game's gonna look fucking fantastic on PC though.
Oh, probably.
I mean, that's probably what we saw it on.
Yeah, probably.
but yeah, it looks awesome. Like I'm already sold. Pretty much all I really need to see. If they show off like some multiplayer, if that's gonna be a thing, that'd be fucking cool.
They showed us some multiplayer, and I want to see, like I said, I want to see a progression system, character progression system. I think it would be hard to be a bad game at that point. So
yeah, I don't think I do think they are gonna have something like that. So if it's something as basic as even just like money to spend in the game, that's fine with me. But or like the small perks that they kind of had like in like Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 2 that you earned throughout the game, that'd be cool too. But I think they especially working with Avalanche, I think because they've made so many successful games at this point now like this, that they're gonna nail it. So
yeah,
I'm really excited for it though, and I'm glad it exceeded my expectations, honestly.
Oh, me too, 100%.
Yeah, I'm actually glad to see that you were like more pumped about it. Like, you know, you're not really a first-person shooter guy, but you play them.
Yeah, I like single player or co-op oriented shooters. I don't like competitive.
Yeah.
So that grew on me over the years, obviously, because I used to just be only into RPGs.
Definitely.
But games offer so much now.
Oh yeah.
That it's
in all
hard
games,
to say I don't like a genre.
All games take after RPGs nowadays. Just like a lot of games take after action games now.
Well,
They're all kind of merging.
an addictive quality to role-playing games.
Yeah.
And that's the part they
and
took.
the leveling up and the progression aspect of RPGs. I mean, like Call of Duty really kind of snatched that early on and standardized it into everything.
Yeah,
So,
every time you sneeze, it's like,
level up.
Yeah.
You got new shit. Yeah, and that's something that like originally came from RPGs.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to say on that?
I can't wait for that. They're going to talk about it more at E3. They already said that. I saw on Twitter today. So looking forward to the Bethesda press conference this year, because the last 2 years I didn't like it. So something to look forward to.
Yeah. No. I mean, if they show this off and then maybe Elder Scrolls, I don't know if they will or not. But if they were to show anything off about that, I'm sure they would.
presentation wise, have a good show.
Yeah, they'd have a lot of people stoked. Yeah, so that's going to come out next year. One thing that they've always been really good about, id and Bethesda in general, is a lot of times when they show off a game, it's coming soonish, which is nice, because recently they just said that Stalker 2 is coming out in I think 2021.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. You can tell me about
Square's
that.
bad about that too, though. Where's Final Fantasy VII remake? You know?
That's such a bad way to kill hype.
Yeah.
People are gonna be excited for like 2 years. After that, they're gonna fucking forget about it. And even if you show them stuff, you're gonna have so much time to show them that game that by the time they get it, Watch Dogs, they're gonna feel like they fucking played the thing already.
Yeah.
So I do like that when they show off the game, it's coming within a year at the most.
Speaking of the Stalker thing, and I know you saw my tweet, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, God, stop talking about what's coming out, man.
Yeah. Well, that happens every fucking year, especially like in the last like 4 or 5 years. Is like E3's coming up, and it's like kind of like Black Friday was like on one day, and then like as a day before, and then it's like the whole fucking week before Black Friday because everyone's trying to get you first, and it's like E3 now is like weeks before E3. Everybody's like, this is coming out, we're gonna show this at E3, and people are like, no, well, we're gonna show this. Oh, our shit got leaked. Yeah, that's real. And it's just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, killing my buzz, man.
Assholes. What'd you guys think of Rage 2? Did you play the first one? What'd you think of that one? Are you excited for this game? But let me know. And what are you going to play it on? Let me know in the comments below. And that's going to do it for this reaction video. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode and all that other stuff. Until the next episode, which will be this Friday for Tasty Cast. Have a good week, guys, and take it easy. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider hitting the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want more weekly content, hit the subscribe button. You can always find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter at Tasty Loot Gaming. And as always, thanks for watching.